Hi everyone, welcome back to Farmers Academy. I'm Patricia, your trusted RA bestie. And in this video, we are going all the way to the east coast of Africa in Kenya, darlings. And we are going to be looking at what a Kenyan Module 1 for medicine registration looks like. So if you're doing CTD or eCTD formats, if you're compiling medicine dossiers or applications, and if you are keen or curious on what the EAC region looks like, then let's get stuck right in. First of all, put a like on this video, subscribe if you're not yet, and let's get right into it. I'm going to share the official guideline for the Kenyan Pharmacy and Poison Board. Okay, these are the people who determine how the registration of drugs or medicine is going to go in Kenya. So this is the official authority, and this is their published guidelines. So these guidelines were last published in 2010, and nothing has changed since. So they're still valid. Now you have the preface, we have the table of content. We're not going to go through everything here because this is just a free teaser. But if you'd like to know all about medicine registration, all about module 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, then register for one of our amazing courses and you'll get the full lowdown and the insight. Okay, so you can go through this whole section on your own. I mean, all of the sections, the whole content, table of content on your own, but I want to zoom in on module 1. So module 1 starts right around here, and you can see their module 1 over in Kenya has 17 parts. Then it goes to module 2. Now this whole document has 94 pages, so that's another reason why we can't go over it right now here together, or else this would take hours. But do request training, do request tutorials, do request any advisory from us, Farmers Academy, or even Farmers Consulting, and we shall be sure to assist you further. Now, back to Module 1. I'm going to give you the little breakdown of what all of these sections are looking for. So basically, you start off with the applicant, right? Who is the applicant? To submit a new product registration in Kenya, you have to be the holder of a license or the holder of certificate or of a patent. You have to be the manufacturer, or you can also be the local technical representative. So these are the 4 ways you can submit an application to Kenya, to the PPB. They give their address and where to send the information, so you can follow that. There's costs involved. If you're a new applicant, if you're importing, it's about $1,000. If you are manufacturing locally, it's about $500. If it's a renewal application for an import, it's about $500. And then if it's a renewal application for a local manufacturer, it's about $300. Okay, these are the fees associated with your medicine registration. So section 1.1 is the applicant. Node 1.2 is the trade or proprietary name. Now, this is the unique name that you will give as the applicant to your product. Okay. It's customized, it's trademarked, and you have to submit proof of that. You can't just say your product is called Patriciazole and you don't submit a trademark or copyright for it. That's a little risky. Also, the next node right under that trade or proprietary name is the approved or international nomenclature. So this is just the generic name by which that molecule goes by. So back to the example, for example, paracetamol is the international name for paracetamol, the antipyretic painkiller. But if you decide to create your own paracetamol generic, you might want to call it Panamol, Panadol, Patriciazole, whatever mol. Okay. So that's the difference between the two names. And they want to see that so they can see the correlation. Then next in 1.4, we have the strength of the product. And this is typically going to be how much do you get per unit dose, whether it's per teaspoon, per tablespoon, per capsule, per tablet, how much of the concentration or the strength of this product are you getting? And of course, it's going to say it on the box. Like if it's a 500 milligram tablet, you're getting 500 milligrams of paracetamol per tablet. If it's a syrup, you might say 250 milligrams per 5 mil, meaning per teaspoon, you're getting 250 milligrams. So that's the specific strength of the product. Then in 1.5, you get the dosage form of the product. So what is it? Is it a syrup, an emulsion? Is it a capsule, a tablet? You can obviously divide it into the bigger categories like oral solid or soluble dosage form, topical, and then say like if it's eardrops, nose drops, eye drops, if it's a suspension, if it's a pessary or a suppository, whatever, this is where you describe it. You also should describe the route of administration, right? So that kind of goes with the dosage form. And then the packing or pack size of the product. Here you need to describe how the product is packaged. Is it in tablets? Are they loose tablets? Are they on a sheet of blister packs? Are they individually wrapped, or is it a syrup that's in an amber bottle? You have to describe the packing or packaging, primary and secondary, of this product. Here you also should mention if it's for OTC, because that's where patients come without a prescription and ask for indications for headaches, fear, pain, whatever. The package should match the indication. So if it's for a 5-day course of inflammation, your minimum packaging should fit that. Also, if it's for OTC or if it's bulk, if you're packing in 30s or in hundreds or in thousands, you should also indicate that here. Next, in Module 1, Node 7, we have the visual description of the drug. And here is basically, what does it look like? Is it a pink tablet? Is it a yellowish powder? Is it an off-white emulsion? Is it granulated? Is it smooth? Is it clear? Is it shiny? Use all of the adjectives here, all of the descriptive words. You want to also state what it might look like, right? It's like almost like on a spectrum. Like if you have, sorry, not on a spectrum. If you have any wordings or embossments, or if it's engraved, sometimes tablets or capsules will have like letters on them. Maybe it's a pink round tablet with a B engraved in the middle. So you got to give the shape, the color, the engraving, and any kind of visual cues and detail. If it's a flat tablet, if it's convex, concave, if it's a pink and white capsule, like whatever the description is visually, include that in thoroughly. Okay. In Module 1, Node 8, we have the proposed shelf life. And this is, again, how long can this thing stand on a shelf in a pharmacy? You know, when you put expiry dates and you say this is valid from 2026 until 2028, like a 2-year shelf life, it's the natural degradation time frame for when this product can still be used without it being opened. So how long can it sit there? and still be fine for. And when we do pharmaceutics and when we do degradation and accelerated deterioration or decomposition, it's usually at 90 or 80 something percent that the deterioration or that the expiry dates are calculated. So that was just an FYI, because sometimes the product is still fine even after its immediate expiry date. But then again, depends on the dosage form. If it's anything with moisture, a big no. But if it's like a dry powder, a dry tablet, compressed or something, it might still be fine. Okay. 1.9 is the pharmacotherapeutic group and the ATC. That's the anatomical therapeutic code or classification, chemical classification, right? So this is basically what the classification of the product is by system or by organ or by pharmacological class. Does it act on the CNS? Does it act on the digestive system? Does it act on the kidneys? Whatever. Is it a parasympathetic, sympathetic, an agonist, an antagonist? Is it an analog? Whatever. This is where you say that. And then in 110, we have legal. Legal also pertains to the certification, the official documentation. So all your licenses, all your paperwork, all that stuff comes here. 111, we have the country of origin. Obviously, where was this product first registered? So like the originator, because this is all assuming these are generics, right? We want to know in 112, where was this product marketed? Does it have an MAH somewhere? What's the country of origin? And any other countries that it's registered in. So here you could just list that. In 113, we have pre-reg analysis of the product, okay? So here you're going to whip out all your certificates. There are various labs, the national lab or any other recommended lab can probably give you the COAs that you need. In 113, no, in 114, you have the name and complete address of all the manufacturers of the FPP, so the finished pharmaceutical product. If you have different sites for the packer, the FPP manufacturer, the control release, or the responsibility, then you need to list them all with the address and their function or responsibilities tabulated. That's usually the same format everywhere. In 115, we have the GMP status of whether it's a GCP for good clinical practice, a GLP for good lab practice. So you're going to want to whip out your certificates here too, or any at least proof or evidence of a submission. Local technical representative. So this is the person or the applicant that represents your company that's integrated and registered in Kenya from like an overseas parent, all their details. And then in 117, we have the summary of product characteristics, almost like the SNPC. Here it's SPC, and this is what kind of is the equivalent of the PI, the professional information, as well as the PIL, the patient information leaflet. So one is for the prescribed medicine. So prescribers like specialists, nurses, doctors, some pharmacists may need to have this information on like how to titrate, how to reconstitute, how to do all kinds of stuff to the medicine. So it's professional and technical info, whereas the PIL is for the commoner, the person that just grabs an antipyretic or an anti-inflammatory at the pharmacy and doesn't have much technical background. So the type of description, the explanations is where it really varies and the kind of information you provide. So that's that. 17 different nodes. Like I said in the beginning, quite surprising. The South African module one has only 11 now after a reduction. Okay, they used to have a bit more. And the latest 2025 updates have reduced the module one for South Africa. We've done the module one for Ghana. We've done the module one for Zimbabwe. We've done the module one for, I believe, Botswana as well. Next, after this will be Egypt. Drop in the comments below which country you want to see next. And if this was insightful, drop a comment, let us know, don't be shy. A lot of you guys always really appreciate the videos, but you never voice it out, and that doesn't help the algorithm. So when you meet us at conferences or like in person, you're like, oh, I love you, what you do. Thank you for your work. It's so helpful. But like say it on the social media because that's where it's the most helpful. So thanks for watching, you guys. I hope this was helpful and cutesy. Let me know where you're watching from because this internet family is so spread out. I'm currently sitting in Slovenia registering, recording this, and I know a lot of you guys are watching from Europe, from Africa, all over Africa. So drop your country, drop your flag, and represent. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.